And we met Dom Sacco. He says he was frustrated, wondering how UPS, one of the world's largest courier companies, couldn't take care of a small incident in a timely manner. But that was the situation almost a year later. He was no further ahead, and UPS, he said, had gone silent.
We got home later that night and said, okay, this is interesting. And I could tell, obviously, it must have been a truck or something that must have hit it. I didn't know which way.
Dom Sacco describes the damage to his driveway wall. The cause and those responsible, a mystery, until he sat down and started going through his home surveillance footage, only to make a surprising discovery.
And I see the UPS truck back into my driveway, then get on top of the Allen blocks with his back wheels. I guess he didn't realize he was on top of that. Started spinning his wheels to get off it, and he blew the Allen blocks out into the driveway.
About a 10-foot section, Dom says, was damaged, along with some rope lighting. But what's worse, he says, the UPS driver took off without notifying him.
He drove away. Didn't leave a message, didn't leave anything.
The incident happened last March. Dom says he called UPS and says at first it appeared the company would repair and pay for the damage immediately.
UPS representative that came out looked like he was on board. Everything was fine. He says, yeah, just should be a slam dunk.
But Dom says for weeks there was little to no action, despite sending UPS an estimate for the damage, which was approximately $2,000. Dom says he was no closer to getting his driveway wall fixed.
You know, I probably got 100 texts going back and forth and probably 50, 60 emails going through.
In May, tired of waiting, Dom says he hired his own contractor to fix the wall. And even though he says the UPS representative was okay with him taking matters into his own hands, almost a year later, Dom is not only waiting to get reimbursed, he says UPS is ignoring his calls.
I haven't heard anything one way or the other.
Consumer Matters reached out to UPS on Dom's behalf, asking for details and why he wasn't being reimbursed for the damage. The next day, Dom got a call from UPS.
Basically said, well, we're going to reimburse you in full.
Dom says UPS never provided him with any further details about the damage, and the company didn't provide any information to Consumer Matters either, stating in part, "We have apologized to him for the delay, as this does not meet our standards for service."
I kept my due diligence to try to actually get it myself, but in the end, I'm glad Consumer Matters, you were there to help me out.
And Dom says while he's happy he's getting reimbursed, he hopes UPS does a review of his procedures and how they deal with property damage. Also, we asked UPS a series of questions, not only about details around this case, but if the driver faced any discipline for damaging Dom's property and just driving away. But UPS ignored our questions. And if you have a consumer issue for me, you can always email me at consumermatters@globalnews.ca.